Well, I'm not hiking anymore, but I realized when I was editing my videos that I forgot to show my backpack. So this is my new backpack, and this is the first time I had carried it. This is the Osprey Asia, is how it's pronounced, E-J-A, Asia, 58 liter. And my last backpack was actually a 50 liter, so it is bigger, it holds more. But the reason I switched was the other one I had was the Gossamer Gear Gorilla, and I did like it. It carried everything I needed, but it had started hurting my shoulders, like bruising my shoulders. So I thought I was going to try some different ones. So I went to REI and tried on a couple of different ones. So this is what I picked. I like it. So I'm going to show you everything that's in my backpack, and I'm going to unpack it for you and show you how I keep it packed and what all I took this time, which is more than I normally take because I brought Shelby with me. So I'm going to pull these out first because they're in my way. I have water bottles on this side. I have a 1 liter. This is my dirty water bottle, and then I have a 700 liter, 1 liter. Oh my gosh, making a lot of noise. And this is the one I drink out of. So that's the only thing on this side. And you're supposed to be able to grab the water bottle while you're walking. I could not get used to it. I'm going to have to work on it a little more, but you're supposed to be able to grab it through this little, like there's a little slot on the side right here. I'm going to have to work on that a little more. So I think I'm going to go through the outside stuff first and then go on the inside. Yeah. So on this outside pocket, the things that I carry out here, this is my little sit pad, and this is Garage Grown Gear. Sells a whole lot of stuff, and I bought all kinds of little things through them. This is 1 ounce, I believe. Anyway, a little sit pad, and I use it to, like if I'm taking a break or eating lunch, I'll put it on the ground or on a rock just so I don't get as wet or dirty, or maybe I'll put it down that I can put my backpack on if I don't want it to get dirty or wet. That's what I use it for. Also in my tent at night, I could step out on that and then put my shoes on and stuff, or put my, don't have to get on the ground. All right, so the other stuff I carry in this outside pocket, is it's pretty stretchy. You can carry a lot of stuff. This is my water filter stuff, and I carry it in this little Sawyer bag that the stuff came in. So this is my Sawyer Squeeze I use, and this works great for filtering water. I just have a couple other little things in here. There's an extra O-ring right there, and then this is a coupler that you can connect the Sawyer Squeeze to the Tanak water bag, and so then you can use it. You put it here and connect the Sawyer to your water bottle, and you can filter water by, like gravity filter it. So this is pretty nice. I don't use it that often, but you can collect water pretty easily through this really big opening on this side, and then you don't have to like struggle to get water through a little bitty opening like that one. All right, this is my poop kit. This little bag is from Hilltop Packs. I have a couple of things from them. So toilet paper in a baggie, keep it from getting wet. And then I pack some wipes, but they're dried. I dry them ahead of time and then put them in this bag, and then I can rehydrate them as I need them. And I pack those out. I don't bury those. And then I have a little bottle of Dr. Bronner's hand soap that I use. And then this is my trowel for digging cat holes. And this never touches poop. Don't worry, that's just mud on it. This is a Bogler brand. It's really, really light. And it's fine. It hurts my hand, even though it has this little plastic part on the top right there. It still hurts my hand to dig if it's really hard. Let's see, what else is in here? I have a little hat in case it's sunny. Put that on. And then the last thing in here is my rain jacket. This is a Frog Togs rain jacket, and when I first started hiking, this is what I wore when it was raining. But then I realized on one of my next hikes that this makes me really, really hot. So when it's raining and it's hot outside, this is ridiculous and you still get wet. So I switched to using the umbrella that I also brought, and it's over here on the other side. I probably can't get it out first though. These pockets are pretty tight. So I'll get the umbrella out in a second. Let me go through the other things. I have my tent stakes that are on the outside right here, which actually doesn't seem like a very good place now that I'm thinking about that. They could fall out, but that's where I had always kept them before with my other tent, so I just stuck them in here. Then I have my spoon, my long-handled, this is a Tokes brand titanium spoon, and on the end I have my toothbrush, which this is it's called a trail brush by Trail Stuff, and it just attaches, so it has a cover, but it attaches to the hole that's on the different spoons and sporks that you can buy, and it actually works pretty good. The only thing is this little cover has come off a couple of times, so then my toothbrush is dirty or out, out exposed. The other thing is when I'm eating with it, this is pretty sharp right here, so it actually is like, I mean, I guess I could hold it like that. That still hurts. So I don't know. It works great for, a toothbrush. And it also is very light, so that's pretty nice. All right, the other stuff on this side pocket. So the one side was my water bottles, and this side is other stuff that can get wet, odds and ends. This is my cold soak jar. So I brought a cold soak jar and a stove this time, but the reason for this is I can mix my different shakes and recovery drinks in this. I can make some overnight oats, and I can put them in that. Anyway, I brought them both. Probably a little bit too much. I probably should have just brought one or the other. So this is my stove setup. Man, stay over there. So this is a Tokes brand also. A popular backpacking brand. Tokes Titanium Cook Pot. I believe this is the 550 milliliter. That's what I think. It doesn't say it on here. So, yeah, it kind of does. 550, 500. So, it comes in this little thing, which this thing worked really good as a pot holder, sort of. So, because this thing gets hot, it cools off pretty quick, but just to grab it, I was using this little bag as the pot holder. It worked pretty good. So inside here, I have to put that down. This is my little stove that attaches to the isobutane fuel, and this is called a BRS 3000, something like that. It's so tiny and lightweight, but worked great. I did not have any problems with that. Then I also have a little tiny mini Bic lighter, and that's all that's in there. It worked pretty good for heating up water. I didn't cook in that, so I mean it is pretty small, but I probably could have made my coffee in it, but I just didn't want to have to wash anything, so I did the same thing I always do. I just heated up the water, and then I put the hot water in either the baggie of the food, or in my cold soak jar, and it worked fine. All right. Oh, and now here is my umbrella. I'm not going to open this up, but it expands to like a full-size umbrella. This is called the Six Moons Designs. I think it's called the mini umbrella. Pretty lightweight, but this is what I use now for when it's raining, and I don't get hot underneath it. So anyway, I guess if it was cold rain, I might have my raincoat on. All right, let's see. Oh, there's one more thing outside. So this, on the bottom, I may take these straps off. So you could put stuff like, if you had a accordion fold foam pad that you slept on or whatever, I guess I could put my tent down here. But you can take these straps off, and I might. The only reason I kept them on there is because I wanted to bring this. This is a very thin 1/8 inch foam mat that I use this for Shelby to sleep on. So I just folded it out about like that, and then put her sleeping bag on top of this. And I was hoping that it would keep her warm for one, so the cold wouldn't come up from the ground, but also so she wouldn't scratch or puncture the bottom of my tent. And so that was the reason I brought this. I don't bring this normally just for me. So these little straps, I may take them off. They are removable. I don't have anything that I would attach to the outside of my pack, so that's why I might take them off. Okay, let's go to the inside. Also, this is not tightened down, this whole thing. I just left it loose so I could pull things in and out way easier. So this is where this ended up from the end of my hike. I just would, I started out cold, and so I had this on, but then I take it off, and anytime I stopped, I put it back on. So this is a much more convenient place to keep it instead of having to open up the backpack. Well, this is my fleece, and this is my Sky Goat, and it is kind of a mid layer, but it's pretty warm. I like it. I wish it had pockets. So they do make one that has pockets, like little kangaroo pockets or something. But for right now, this one's great. Has a hood and a little 3/4 zip, but my little fleece. Okay, so this little top pouch is removable also. And if I didn't have that on there, so I feel like this is probably the extra 8 liters difference from my other Gossamer Gear backpack versus this one. So this part I'm probably going to take off. So the only reason I have it, and you'll see all the junk that's in this backpack that's from Shelby. All of my stuff could fit in here easily, but since I had her bulky stuff in here, I went ahead and left this on here. So let me show you what's in here. So on the very outside zipper, this is where I would keep my my food for the day, just the day's hiking food. And so I have snacks and dinner and lunch in here. On my other backpack, I actually kept it on this outside pocket right here. And so this is probably where I'll keep. If this wasn't stuffed so full with Shelby's bulky stuff, I could slip it in here, but it was pretty full just now, but it's pretty stretchy, so I could probably get it in there. So that's my day's hiking food. So that's the only thing on the outside zipper. Then there's an inside zipper right here. Oops. This is where I kept, apparently I kept my wool little beanie in here, probably because I had it on, it was cold in the morning, and I stuck it right there. Usually I either have this in my fanny pack or on the inside or in one of my side hip pockets, which I didn't show you those yet. I think there's some things in the side hip pockets. But let me show you what's in here right now. So another thing that doesn't normally stay in here. This is usually going in, I have a Ziploc bag inside that is my electronics, so it can stay dry. So this is my Kindle Paperwhite, and I use it to read at night on, it's pretty lightweight. So this is an extra that probably not essential, but if I'm hiking alone, I enjoy reading at night. So, okay, and then I have my first aid stuff and emergency stuff. So this is all of my emergency things. So I have some water filtration purification tablets. I have some antibiotic ointment, some Band-Aids. This is some tenacious tape. I have a little bitty Swiss Army knife. There's Q-tips, tweezers. There's just like miscellaneous things, kind of first aid. This is a little quick clip type thing that attaches my umbrella to like my shoulder strap, so I can use it like hands-free and I don't have to be holding it the whole time. These also go another place normally. I think I just jammed everything in here from the Hearn Inn, and I was just getting everything just packed up. So these are face cleaning cloths, and I actually didn't use any of these this time. But sometimes I'm just like, I feel really gross and dirty. And these are dried also. I can just get them wet with a little bit of water and then clean my face. And then this is all my like medication type things. There's some toothpaste tablets. Those are awesome. I love those. I have ibuprofen and Aleve, Benadryl, anti-diarrheal. I got vitamin C. I got some electrolyte salt tabs. And these new strips are for sleep that I actually didn't even try one this time. But that was a new thing I had bought. And then I had hand warmers because it was going to be really, really cold the one night. But I didn't use them either. One more thing that's in here that I forgot. So it has a little place that you could attach your keys to that, to the inside of this pocket. What I attached is these 2 carabiners. And what I use these for is it makes me feel safer. And I clip the zipper. There's 2 zippers that come together on both of my doors, so each door has one. And I clip the zippers together on both sides and at night, and it just makes me feel safer, and I feel like that somebody couldn't just get in as easily. So anyway, that's what I bring them for. Okay, so let's see what's inside here. So a lot of the stuff that's inside here is Shelby's, and it is filling up this backpack. It is so full. Okay, first thing is her backpack. Yes, I carried it the whole rest of the time. So she carried it for maybe an hour, and that's it. But she had her food. It was 3 days worth of food in here and some poop bags. And that's all that was in here. But yeah, she didn't carry it for very long. And that's a Kurgo brand. I just got that at Petco. And that's where I got all of her stuff. All right, next thing in here is our food bag. So this is also Hilltop Packs food bag. So it's a roll top compression type bag. So let me show you kind of how I have this set up. So I had her food. So inside my food bag is some smelly proof bags. Hers is a smelly proof. Her dog food is in a smelly proof, and at night that's how I put it is inside this. And then mine, this is an OPSAC. I just have 2 different brands of smelly proof bags. So this is all my food, and this was the 3 days of food. This is the food I didn't eat. So I ate food, but this is all the food I didn't eat. I packed way too much food. And then also inside here is the bear bag kit. So there's the line, and this also is the rucksack. So you can put the weight inside this little bag and use it to throw over the rim to hang your food. All right, so that is food is on the top of this. All right, the next stuff down is my tent, and I just had made the video showing my tent, but it's the Durston X-Mid 1. And this one is the one made of the polyester, not the Dyneema. And it dries really, really fast. I was surprised at how fast it dried. This is really nice. I like this tent, and it worked really good. It would work great for just me. It worked okay for me and Shelby, but yeah, it's going to work great for just me. And I liked how it's set up, and I used the trekking poles, which I don't have in here. Well, that's okay. Used the trekking poles, and it's the fly first type of setup, which I adjusted that a little bit, and I have the tent actually attached to the fly, so you put it up all at one time, but it is supposed to be fly first. All right, this is my air mattress, my sleeping pad, and it is the Nemo Tensor Elite, maybe, and I like it. I got the wide size. The narrow, I had a narrow pad. It is too narrow for me to sleep on my side. Narrow pads don't work for sleeping on your side, I don't think. So I got it wide, but it's pretty long, so I actually made some adjustments to it, and I shortened it. It worked fine. You can look up videos on YouTube on how to do that. So I ended up cutting it off and then heat sealing it with an iron to be just the right size for me. So continuing on, the next thing I have in here is my electronics kit. I need a new one because there's a hole in it, so that's sad. I use baggies for a lot of things. I don't really buy specialty little bags. So in here I have my headphones. I have this battery bank is a Nitecore 10,000 milliamp hours. I actually have 2 of them, but for this trip I only brought 1, and because I was only going to be gone 3 days at a time, and so that'll last at least 3 days if I'm just charging my phone, and that's pretty much all I actually charge. I mean, I can charge everything, but that's the main thing that sucks the battery. And I have a cord, and then this is my little FlexTail air pump, and it's called the FlexTail Zero. And this will blow up my air mattress pretty quickly, and also my pillow. I think I'm going to blow up my pillow in a second to show you, but it's really cute and it works really, really well. It has an adapter for my air mattress. This is the right size for the air mattress. It has a rechargeable battery inside. You have to take the battery out and then you can charge it with a USB-C plug, and it's really cool. So I may blow up my pillow in just a second. Okay, now we're getting to some of Shelby's things. This is her little coat jacket, and we had this from before, so I just brought it. And this is, I think, wool. I think I said it was fleece, but this feels like wool. But it kept her warm. This is just what we had here, and so that's why I brought it. I didn't get a special coat for her. They had them at Petco, but I had already spent a bunch of money on her, so I just brought that for her. It helped her a lot. This is my jacket. So my jacket is the Enlightened Equipment Torrid. I have everything written down right down here, so I'm trying to read it. So this is synthetic fill. This isn't down or anything, but it's really warm. This is the same thing that my sleeping bag is made out of. My sleeping bag is down, but it feels the same. But this stuff warms up really fast, even though it feels kind of cold and slick at first. It's really nice. It's a nice material and soft, and I like it. All right, this is Shelby's sleeping bag. Good grief. So her sleeping bag is Cargo brand, and if you did watch my video on our camping thing, I said that it unzips all the way. It's a circle, but she could get inside and cover up. It worked out really well. She liked it, but it's heavy. This stuff is not light, and I've been trying to make all of my stuff as light as possible, and then I buy this like heavy junk for her. But anyway, it worked out fine. Let's see. Okay, this is the pillow. This is my pillow. Okay, so this is Sea to Summit Arrows down pillow, and I'm going to blow it up real fast so you can see the FlexTail in action. But I mean, this will blow up. I can blow this up with my mouth. I don't have to use this, but I'm just going to show you how it works really fast. This is a tiny bit loud, but bear with me here. I'm going to blow this up. That wasn't too bad. So this is not the adapter for this pillow. This is the adapter for my air mattress, so it doesn't exactly fit perfectly, but you can just hold it on there. So yeah, I like this pillow a lot. I actually went through 4 different pillows before I decided on this one. So this has a down top on it, but this stuff is really slick. This feels like my puffy jacket. So it's soft to sleep on, but it's slick. So I made myself a pillowcase so that I could like have something on it that's not slick. And then I attached a little cord that I can put this around my air mattress and they won't slide around. And it worked pretty good, actually. This is the first time I used that also. It worked nicely. Let's see, what am I going to pull out next? Try to get my sleeping bag out of here. All right, this is it's a quilt. So a quilt is not doesn't go fully around you on the underneath of you. So let me put it this way. So this is the top, and you would go inside here, and then this part would be where your air mattress is, and it has some straps, and you can attach one of the straps would go on your air mattress so it doesn't move around and it stays where it needs to go, and then the other strap goes around you. And then it also cinches up at the neck up here, the head neck. And then the one I got for my colder weather one, this is a 20-degree one, down fill, 950 I think fill. This is the Enlightened Equipment Enigma. So the Enigma, this part is sewn down at the foot box. The Revelation is totally open, and you could have it a big rectangle, and then you have to cinch this little foot box with a little drawstring. So I have one of those too, but that's my 40-degree sleeping bag. And but anyway, this one keeps me warm. I'm very warm when I'm in it. It's getting out that's the problem. But I also have a liner, a sleeping bag liner that goes inside, and this is silk. I just got this on Amazon, so I don't know what brand it is. It's a no-name brand. I may end up getting a Sea to Summit makes one called a Reactor that it advertises it that it increases the temperature like 15 degrees or something. This one increases the temperature, but I don't know how much. A little bit, but it's comfortable. So you're not actually touching the sleeping bag material, and you keep your sleeping bag cleaner. This is where this touches you and your dirty clothes and stuff. So I like using it, and actually when it's hot, I can just use that, and it's kind of like a sheet. Okay, so one thing I brought this time that I loved these things in cold weather. These are little booties that is the same material as my sleeping bag and my puffy jacket by Enlightened Equipment. Little booties, and they cinch and they stay on. They work great. I was very nice and warm. But I also had a pair of socks. I can't get them out yet. This is my pajamas. That's my tops. And here's my bottoms. These are merino wool by Merino Tech, and they're 250 weight, power, whatever. Much warmer than my 150s this time. I was much warmer this time in these, and they're very comfortable. This I did not use. So this is also Enlightened Equipment, Torrid, so it's a synthetic fill. This is a hood, because I was so cold the time before that I was backpacking that I felt like I needed something over my head or on my face. So I brought it, but I didn't use it. I just had my wool beanie on, I had a buff on, and I was, everything was covered except my eyes, and so, yeah, I was comfortable and didn't feel like I needed it. Oh, my socks are in here somewhere. There they are. So these are also merino wool. I have a lot of merino wool. So warm, and they're big. They're not like tight socks. A couple of things that I didn't use this time was another pair of hiking socks. I never got my feet wet hardly. These are Darn Tough. They're my normal hiking socks, but this is my extra pair for when mine get dirty or wet. I have some wind pants. These are just no-name brand on Amazon. In case it's really windy and cold, I could put these on top of my pants. Brought an extra bandana that actually has all kinds of first aid instructions, survival instructions, pretty cool. I didn't use that either. And then the inside of this is how I keep everything that I pulled out, all my clothing and sleeping bag. This is how I keep it totally dry. It cannot get wet. So this is a nylon flume liner, bag liner, and I just stuff everything in there, and then I can twist and tuck it in, and all that stuff stays perfectly dry. So really nice. A couple of things I didn't show you on the outside. So I have just a bandana for sweat and snot, whatever. Okay, my hip belts. Can I even get them up here? Oh my gosh, I don't know. So in my right one is where I keep trash, and so I just keep a baggie in here, and I put my put my trash in here. Anything I make during the day or any trash I find and pick up, I put it in that side. And then the other side is where I keep snacks, and there are some snacks in here still. I have not unpacked my bag yet, so I just have here. I have like electrolytes and a protein bar, and but I would usually jam all of my snacks in there for the day that I can get to really easily. So that's it. This has a way you can attach your trekking poles. Let's see, and it has some other stuff on here that I have not used yet. It has a place for ice axe, the trekking poles. This actually has a place that you can put a water bladder in here and attach a straw to the outside, which I probably will never do. All right, let me show you my fanny pack. The brand that I ended up getting is called Red Paw. And the reason is I needed somewhere to put my pee funnel. And this has this little pouch on the outside that has a drawstring on it that is perfect for that. I think it's for sunglasses, but it works perfectly for my pee funnel. And so my pee funnel brand is Pee Style, and this is the pee funnel. And if you haven't ever, if you're a lady and you've never used one, they are wonderful, and it really helps when you're hiking. You can be more modest. You can use the restroom faster. I mean, there's a lot of benefits to it. On that same vein, and this is my pee cloth, so I don't have to use toilet paper every time. This is a knockoff of a Kula cloth. I just got it on Amazon. One of these days I'll buy a real Kula cloth and support that brand. And then I have my little thermometer right there too. So inside, I have talked about this before. This is my Garmin inReach Mini 2 satellite communicator, and this is how you can keep in touch with people even when you don't have cell service and can't text or anything. You can use this, and a message can get through. So this is really good. This I do make sure is charged, but it doesn't use up the battery very fast, so it lasts for days and days and days, and I usually don't charge it every night. I have my this is my headlamp, and it is the Nitecore NU25, something like that. I don't know why this is all tangled up. But yeah, I love this little headlamp. It's pretty darn lightweight and works great. It has a red light and 3 different brightnesses, but pretty lightweight. Sometimes I keep that in one of my hip belt pockets too. That's not always in this thing. Then I have my little wallet. This is a C-Tug brand, and pretty lightweight. I usually keep my credit card, driver's license, and a little bit of cash in there. And so not very much stuff goes in there, but I have it all together. I have some sunscreen. This is Blue Lizard brand. And then I have my neck knife. This is, the brand is Omisio. And I also have a whistle on it, which my backpack actually does have a whistle. It's integrated into the chest strap, but I have an extra one. So this neck knife is almost only used to open up cheese sticks and beef sticks. So, but it makes me feel, like I'm protected a little bit. Oh, I have a doggy poop bag in here, but normally I don't have those. It was just because of this trip. Then I have my sunglasses in here, and it has a separate little pocket. You can keep a couple other things. I have a teeny tiny chapstick in here. I have a little wipe to clean like camera lenses and stuff, and I use it to clean my phone camera lens because I'm using it all the time, and it just gets so dirty. And then I have a rubber band just in case, you never know. So I think that's it. That's everything that I brought this time. And let me show you this pile. Like, all of that compresses down and fits in my backpack, which is pretty cool. So yeah. All right. Well, hopefully you enjoyed this, and maybe you learned something. I don't know. But I just kept promising that I'd show you my new backpack, and I hadn't done it yet. So